Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to this series called The Perfect Burger. Actually, The Perfect Cheeseburger. In this series, I want to show you guys like burgers that I feel that are super delicious and like very approachable at home, but being a little bit higher than the usual cheeseburger. So today I'm gonna start with a burger that I really like. I've made it several times and I feel it's one of my favorites. It's a caramelized onion burger. Super simple, but using like the adequate products will be a superior burger. So on my last video, if you haven't seen it, I showed you guys how to make bread, how to make the perfect burger buns. So make sure you go watch it, like it, subscribe and everything. I'm still a little new for YouTube, so as I mentioned in my last video as well, if I like get a little bit like this when I'm talking, please understand that I'm just getting used to talking to a camera. It's okay. Anyway, I'll show you guys how to start. When I make burgers, I prefer to grind my own beef, just so I can know what I'm eating and like which part of the cow I prefer. I do different cuts sometimes, but the one that I do most times is beef chuck. We got this little piece. This is like a quarter or like a little bit under half of a chuck. I kept it in my freezer. I usually go to Costco and buy this in bulk. So this is the last part. I use it for burgers, for anything that requires ground beef. So I like to grind it. As you can see, this one is very nice. It has like very nice uh, marbles of fat. Uh, it has this fat line in the middle, and I use the whole piece. So I just cut it into smaller pieces so it fits in my meat grinder. If you have a KitchenAid, this is a very cool attachment to have. Like you see all the fat, that's flavor. That's what we're looking for when making a burger. Now I have my beef cut into like long strips. Now I'm gonna grind it. And just take your beef. Like if you don't have a meat grinder, it's fine. Just use whatever you always use. It has like a nice amount of fat, but not too much. And the beef is ground, but I'm gonna grind it a second time. Kind of like mixes like very well all together. That way you'll have a more even burger. This is ready. It's being ground twice. As you can see, it's more even on the color. Like every string has like white and red like very evenly. So this is my ground beef. Next process is to form our patties. A very important step. I use a ring mold, a cookie cutter. Comes with this set, so I guess like ring molds. I use the bigger one, the biggest one. Sorry. So what I do is again scale. Put a little plastic on top just so I don't put beef all over it. Then what I do is, I think the perfect size for a burger is 6 ounces. So that's 180 grams. I think that's, to me, that's what is like a perfect amount of beef. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this bowl and I'm gonna kind of like start kneading it a little bit, just so you get rid of all the air pockets. That is very important. Some people ask me like on my other channels, like on Instagram and stuff, when I make burgers, like how do I do to prevent my burger from shrinking? And this is the most important step, I think, is to knead it, get rid of all the air. It's more like a ball, right? Like instead of like just like separate pieces of beef. Now what I do is I'm gonna put it and I'm gonna form it into a patty. So I'll push against my board. I'll just flip it and then put it on the other side. And that's it. I've got a perfect burger patty. This will be so delicious, so nice. You can see no air pockets or anything. It's like a very compact piece of beef. This will be really, really good. So now that I have this, I always like to do this process first just to get it out of the way, and then I'll prepare my toppings or everything that I'm doing. I'm gonna show you how to make caramelized onions. Um, I see that a lot of people think that caramelized onions contain sugar or honey or something like that, but they do not. It's only onions, oil, and I personally, that's a personal thing that I like to do, and I'm sure more people does that, but I like to add a little cube of butter because I feel that as the onions cook, the butter reduces and it gets like this creamy and very nice consistency. But that's just me. You can just skip the butter and just do onions. For the onions, I always do sweet onions. These are called Vidalia onions. They have a high sugar content, so they're super nice for caramelizing. Top and bottom off, in case you didn't know this process. Take the first layer of the onion, and then I'm just gonna do 2 onions. It's just the two of us, and I don't want to have like so much leftover onion, so I'll just do 2 onions, but you can do like as many onions as you like. Always keep in mind that you need like a big surface for cooking. So on these ones, I'm just gonna julienne the onions. You can also use any onion, like don't be looking for sweet onions specifically. Of course, they're better, but like a white onion or yellow onion will do. If you happen to have a different onion that is not sweet at home and you want to make this recipe, go for it. It will work. It is totally fine. Okay, so I've got my onion. I'm gonna cut the other one. Onions are ready. Now I'll show you how to cook them. Do a little olive oil. As I mentioned before, just 1 cube of butter. And then we're gonna cook this on medium low. Then onions in. Then make sure you break them all. Just one like single pieces, it'll be easier for them to cook. Gonna do a strong pinch of salt. And that's it. We're gonna stir this occasionally, like every few minutes. And this will take about like 40 minutes, something like that. Guys, next step, I'm gonna show you how to make pickles, like super quick pickles. I'll do cucumber. In my opinion, pickles are very, very important in a burger. They add freshness, they add acidity that helps to cut through the fat. So for me, they're a must in a burger. As important as good bread, as quality beef, pickles. So I just have a regular slicing cucumber, and I'm gonna cut it into coins of not too thin, not too thick, but that's kind of like on everyone, so just cut it on whatever thickness you prefer. Okay, I've got pickles going everywhere. Little extra flavor that is not actually like too much flavor, but I just like how pickled scallions taste. So, and then these pickles, I'm not gonna eat them in one sitting, of course, so I will have pickles in the fridge for a while. So I'm just gonna cut 2 scallions, just the white parts, because the green parts I use them when I make rice or something different. Now, mason jar or any like glass jar that you have, you're gonna place your pickles in, as well as the scallions or garlic cloves. You can even do like regular onions or whatever you have in hand, or just do cucumbers. That's it. You don't need to worry about it too much. Okay, I've got this ready. Next step, spices. So let's talk spices. I have coriander, black pepper, and fennel. That's all the seeds that I have. It is very important that you only use seeds. Don't use powders, because that will give a very different taste to your pickles. So I only have these 3. If you don't have any spices in seeds, just skip it. It's not a problem. Your pickles will still be fine. And then I add my spices. And then I've got 2 bay leaves. A very, very, very important ingredient is the sugar. What sugar does is that it will help you balance all the acidity from the pickles, just so they're not overly acidic. I'm gonna start with 1 tablespoon of sugar per cup. Remember that you can always add more, but you cannot take away the excess. And then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we can always add more when they're cooked. So just keep on tasting your food. When you're cooking, it's very important that you develop that intuition, and you can only do that by tasting your food. You know how you like it, so just taste it and adjust the seasonings as you like them. On this one, I'm not gonna give you a specific recipe, I'm just showing you how I make it. And then from that point, you can start and do it your own. And then another thing is that you can pickle anything. Cucumbers, any veggies, fennel, broccoli, onions, anything. Just do this exact same process and it'll be a great outcome, I'm sure. I do half and half, half vinegar, half water. So I'm gonna add about 3/4 of a cup of vinegar. And on this one, I'm using rice vinegar. I really like rice vinegar. I think it's not very acidic. It's not super strong. So I always use it on many preparations. I'm gonna add the same amount of water. Adding this to my sugar, salt, spices mix. And then I'm gonna bring this to boil. I'll put it over the cucumbers, and I'll let them pickle. Ideally, you can do this the night before or something. If you have more time, this will last in the fridge for several weeks and they will still be fine. Heat up my pickle liquid. My onions going. As you can see, they're starting to brown a little bit. Still have like a few minutes to go. We want them to be like deep golden. Okay, and my pickle liquid is boiling. Just pour it on top of my pickles. I'm gonna give it a taste, and yeah, you need to be able to taste everything, like sweet and very vinegary, salt as well. Remember that salt, it's an enhancer, so it will make flavors, it will lift your flavors. So salt is very, very important. Now I'm gonna just strain so I don't have any seeds or anything. Biting into a fennel seed is no fun. It's not nice. Then I'm gonna give this a quick stir so everything is submerged. And that's it. That's how you make quick pickles. They'll be ready in a few hours, or I don't know, tomorrow they'll be good. You can always like not boil the liquid, but it will take longer for them to pickle. So I feel this is very quick and you will get as much flavor as possible in the shortest amount of time. Ooh. Ouch. I guess next time use a towel or something. In about 45 minutes and my onions are ready. I kind of lied to you guys. I said half an onion per person, but I would say 1 onion per person. You want to get like that dark, golden, beautiful, delicious color. These onions are sweet. They are kind of like rich, creamy, a little bit salty, and they will be perfect on that burger. Pickles are ready. Onions are ready. The patty is patted. What I'm gonna do is I have this cast iron griddle, which is what I find perfect for cooking my burgers at home. Since I live in a small space, this is great. But you can use a pan or whatever you feel like. I would treat this burger like you would treat a steak. So a very hot pan, little oil, get a nice sear on it. Like that sear will be lots of flavor. So, okay, let's cook this thing. I also have this bun. I just made it. Gonna toast this bun in here as well. That's it. Let's cook. So my patties have been like basically air drying in the fridge. They're super dry. This is ideal for that, to create that crust. I'm just gonna do salt and pepper. As I said, just treat it like this was a steak. And we're gonna season them on both sides. That's how they look. Now my pan looks hot. First patty goes in. And second patty. Okay, here's something I really like to do, and is I really like to put some weight on them, just so they get a very nice sear and create a really nice crust. And it's starting to smell like a burger knife. It smells great. So here you can take a close look to my buns. I'm just gonna toast them just like that. I don't never add like butter or anything. That side is not as hot, so I will eventually move them to the hottest side, which is this side. It's been about a minute and a half, so I believe they're ready to be cooked on the other side. And yeah, got some nice caramelization on that one. And even better on the second one. Like, those burgers just look fantastic. Oh yeah, yep. It's gonna be a nice burger night for sure. Then I'm gonna start moving my buns a little bit closer to the heat. Important to create the steam in them. The steam will add a much better texture, like very soft and pillowy and delicious. It's been about a minute, so I'm done with the presses. So now what I'm ready to do is I'm gonna put my caramelized onions on top. Make sure you spread them to cover the whole surface of the patty. And I mean, this is a perfect dish for a date night. If you want to surprise someone that loves burgers as much as I do, and as much as my wife does. We love burgers very much. So this is a perfect occasion to make this burger. This might be a little controversial, but here is my cheese that I'm gonna be using tonight. And it is ta-da! American cheese, the one and only. The one we used to eat when we were kids, and in my opinion, the best cheese for a cheeseburger. I have to say that it's my favorite cheese for burgers. In this series, I will be using different cheeses, of course. It doesn't mean that this is the only cheese I eat, but it is my favorite, I have to say. Cover this with a bowl. Let that cheese melt. Then let's see how the buns are doing. Oh, this one is a little dark. So I'm just gonna remove that one for now. My burgers have been cooking under the dome for about a minute and a half. So I'm just gonna remove them. This one looks great. And I'm gonna place my burgers on the warmer side of my griddle. I'm gonna add a few drops of water just so my buns steam nicely. But I'm gonna stack them all because my other buns are ready and I don't want to burn them again. So I'm just gonna do that. Okay, I remove my bowl and everything is ready. Now we are ready to eat. It is very important that you let them rest. You see they're thick, so we're gonna let them rest a few minutes while I get everything else ready, sauces and all my stuff. Alright guys, so it's time to build these burgers. My toppings are very simple. I always use mayo and mustard for sauces. I don't like ketchup personally, but you add whatever sauce you want, right? You are the one cooking, so And then if you get mayo, try to get Kewpie mayo, of course. The best mayo, in my opinion, that you can buy in a store. And then just like regular yellow mustard. And I always like to use like chopsticks or something for pickles, just so I don't put my hands in there. And then make sure to at least 4 pickles always. I love pickles. Now these beautiful burger patties. These look fantastic, like really, really fantastic. Right. Number 1, number 2, and that's it. As easy as that. You have a wonderful burger at home. And the other bun. So now let's take a close look to these beautiful burgers. To me, this is perfect. So I'm so glad this was the burger I made on my first episode. This is a burger that I very, very much like. So now time to eat. This is so good. Like you get like the salty, the fat, the acidity from the pickles and the mustard, the sweetness from the onions. Is a very well balanced burger overall. I'm sorry. This is just so good. So guys, this is the first episode. If you watched till the end, thank you so much for watching, and please hit the subscribe button. What else is there? Subscribe, notifications, send it to a friend, send it to your family. Try this recipe. Let me know in the comments what else would you like to see on my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.